Hey, what's up, Lightbolt Joe here. Today we are going to discuss the 2016 drama fantasy indie film. Cannot stress that enough. Welcome to Happiness. So this is in our Kyle Gallner docket. We're watching a few films of his in our mini marathon. We're doing some mini marathons, splicing in between other stuff. This stars Kyle Gallner, Nick Offerman, Keegan Mike and Key is in this. Who else? A slew of other people are in this. It premiered at some festival in 2016. This is a festival film, right? This is an indie festival kind of film that's trying to be more, and it's just too sporadic. I don't know the word for it. There's not a consistent plot to it. Like, you have these characters who all kind of intertwine with each other. Like, one character then gets this other character's apartment at the end, and how things are related. So Kyle plays this children's book author. He lives in an apartment. The landlord is Nick Offerman's character. And in Kyle's closet, in his character's closet, there's a tiny little red door. And those who pass his initial test, after he has to read instructions off of questions off of a printout, for these random people who knock on his door, they then get an option to go through this door, this mini door, to undo something, from their past. And they sit down and they have an interview with two characters. I can't remember that actress's name. I do love her. We all know and love her from American Horror Story. But they then pull out the receipts, basically, that if this event didn't happen in your life, then X, Y, and Z wouldn't have happened after that. Do you really want to get rid of X, Y, and Z if you want to redo point A? So it's a good concept of things happen for a reason in that one mindset. But then keeping on the other mindset of, if things happen for a reason, then why do terrible things happen to good people all the time? Or why is there cancer for children? Things, right? So there's the duality of both mindsets, which is fine. It's confusing, but it's fine to have that duality. So this story focuses more on the, if this didn't happen, this, and that wouldn't have happened after that. Kyle's character is a good little soldier, and reading the things and doing those things, and why doesn't he get a chance to go through the door? Why can't he undo his parents' death? But if he undoes his parents' death, then X, Y, and Z wouldn't have happened after that. I get it. I get the main point of it. But then the randomness of the music and the randomness of these happiness characters throwing about, like Keegan Michael Key and the woman whose name I can't remember, in the same house. Like, are they in reality? Are they part of the happiness reality? The guy who tries to kill himself and then sells the baseball card to the other guy whose name I can't remember, and I love him. He's been in a bunch of stuff. I think his first name is Josh. Having that guy then become the cartoonist for Kyle's next storybook. Everything happens for a reason, right? That was the surmise of this project, but it was just so odd getting there. It was very cringy getting from point A to point B to point C, and it's unfortunate because the actors did a great job. Like, Kyle is a very, very talented individual. When he's mad, you feel it. When he's sad, you feel it. When he's confused, you feel it. So you feel for his character because Kyle's an amazing elicitor of emotion. It's the best way to say it. He's been doing that since he was a kid. I've been a fan of his since, I think the first thing I ever saw him in was 2009's Jennifer's Body, and then right after that in 2010 was Nightmare on Elm Street. So he's been a Scream king for all these years. He was in Scream 4. Like, he's been a Scream king for all these years. It's just a matter of not many people realize that. So giving credit where credit is due, giving the king his crown, I wanted to focus more on other Kyle films that I haven't gotten the chance to see. So this is one of them. I just found it very odd, and what was the point of it? What was the point of it? All things happen for a reason? You gotta go through a fancy door to be told that? I don't know, bro. It was just too, pick a genre. Like, certain parts felt like a drama film, and then the printer and the rock colors and the going through the door was clearly fantasy, but it felt two separate things. It didn't feel like it was one cohesive bundle. It felt very separate. I think that's the best way to explain it. We watched it. We can check it off the list. On to the next review. Mucho mahalo.